Hello people! Welcome back to the channel, and today I am doing a full TV show review of Hilda, a Netflix cartoon. This first premiered back in 2018, and it was originally intended as a mini-series, but positive response and strong views, maybe, I don't know, convinced Netflix and the show's creator, Luke Pearson, to continue with 2 more seasons and even a Netflix movie, which I sadly won't be reviewing because it wasn't part of the show, even if it did continue the story that the show was telling, and a story that the show did pick up with its final season that came out about a week ago. So, this show focuses on the titular blue-haired girl, who is voiced by Bella Ramsey, I think, and it's basically a slice-of-life adventure as she ends up moving to this town called Trollberg with her mother, Joanna, and like I said, it's a slice-of-life adventure of the week kind of story with all these different characters, adventures, nightmares even. Yeah, this is, despite being a kid's show, there are several scary stuff in this. But, yeah, this show is actually based on a, graphic novel series of the same name, I believe, which was also created by Luke Pearson, who created this show. So, now that all that is out of the way, I can safely say this is probably one of my favourite cartoons, period. Maybe not my all-time favourite, but it's definitely my favourite from Netflix. Firstly, I love the animation style. I just think it is super unique, and I just love the lining for the characters and the backgrounds. I love their use of colours. Sometimes the frame rate is very unique with the animation, which is also very stellar to look at. And plus, this world of Trollberg, the woods, everywhere, it just looks so gorgeous. This is a cartoon world I myself want to visit. And I always love whenever a show does that for me, whether it looks dangerous or looks peaceful. Sometimes I want to visit it, like Owl House Boiling Isles or Amphibia. And, I think this show is also a British show at its core because a majority of the, cast is British, and I think it really works here. I always love whenever we get a different English country as main characters. That sounded off. And now I'm fine with American voice actors, but I always love whenever we get a show with Canadian voice actors, British voice actors, Australian voice actors. And Hilda seems to be a heavy case of that, and I always love whenever that happens. And the entire cast, Bella Ramsey especially, does an amazing job. Honestly, after this show, I got super stoked about anything else Ramsey was in, The Last of Us, and even the just recently released Chicken Run 2, which I will also be reviewing. And, yeah, to be quite frank, it's just a really charming, funny, and at times emotional show. Before season 3, I actually did read a few of the graphic novels, which I also really liked. And this review is about the show, so I'll keep this brief, but they were really they were really nice, and I feel like this show translated those novels really, really strongly. Granted, there are about 34 episodes of the show in total, not counting the feature film. But there's not one bad episode, and that's a pretty strong achievement for me. Honestly, if I had to pick a favorite episode, it would probably be an episode in season 2, which focuses on the origins of Hilda's pet deer fox Twig, which I won't go into detail on spoilers because this is a show I highly recommend you watch. But it had backstory, it had emotions. I was literally crying, and that's something shows rarely do for me. And it actually ended up happening again with the very last episode of the entire show, which is actually around the same length as The Mountain King, which is the movie. And it actually really fits. And honestly, I don't want to keep this review going on for too long, but I just love this show. Like the characters, from Hilda to Joanna to Hilda's friends to all the little supporting stars as well. I just really like spending time with them, and the animation is pretty. The style and world that this is set in is pretty. Honestly, it's one of the closest examples of a perfect cartoon for me. And I will definitely be making an analysis video of this in the near future. So, yeah, I rarely do this, but I'm gonna have to award Hilda the rare but super honorable 10 out of 10 masterpiece ranking. It was a show that I am just so happy that I ended up watching, and it's a show that I am so sad to say goodbye to, but I'm just happy I gave it a chance, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be making this video anyways. So, yeah, thank you Netflix and Luke Pearson for making this show. I'm grateful. So, yeah, I should probably wrap up this review before getting sentimental and emotional. So, what did you guys think of this show? Did you love it like I did? Did you strangely hate it? I will never understand. Did you just like it? Did you just think it was not that good for you? Which again, I'll probably never understand. Or are you mixed in between? I'm curious about your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. And like the video if you enjoyed this review, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, and also ring the bell to be notified on more videos. And if you want to support me even further, you can join my Patreon. If you support me on my videos, you'll get a shout out at the end of every video. If you support me on my art, you'll get sneak peeks of my artworks and fan art. And you can also support me for both at a discount. So, that's about it. And until next time, farewell.